first of all, congratulate Oklahoma on a great year. Man, they were a heck of a team, and we were just a better team tonight. But what a year they had, and they've been a great champion. They're a champion in their own right. So congratulate them for their accomplishments this year. I also want to thank the Orange Bowl and Capital One for just an awesome week. I mean, and all the volunteers that work so hard to make this a great event. Our players, they love coming here. I thought we had a good balance as far as, trying. When we worked. But we really tried to enjoy the journey and the moment and being a part of the Orange Bowl. Again, so many people work so hard to make it a great event. I mean, the police or the bus drivers, I mean, everything was just phenomenal. It really was. And I appreciate all those people who made it a smooth week for us. But, that's 17 in a row for us. It's the longest winning streak in the country, and we've played a lot of good teams in those 17 games. And I'm just so proud of our team for, just their willingness to be coached, their willingness to prepare, each and every week, each and every game, the mindset and the mentality that they come to work with, because it's just special. It's uncommon. That's what I tell them all the time. When you do the common things in an uncommon way, you command the attention of the world. And this team is uncommon in everything that they do, and it's just a blessing to be a part of it. It's our fourth bowl win in a row, and more importantly, we're 14-0. So, it's just it's awesome to be in the national championship, to represent the ACC, and I think this is 2 out of the last 3 years our conference has been in the national championship game, and hopefully we can hold our end of the deal up. But it's just a lot of fun. It really is, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. And this team, this program, has become incredibly consistent. They really have just an unbelievable heart. We didn't play a bad first half. We just weren't as clean as I would have liked for us to be. We moved the ball a lot, had 300-something yards at the half. We were kicking field goals. And so we needed to convert those to touchdowns, and I was really disappointed with a couple competitive plays that we didn't make on the back end, because we were doing a great job against the run in the first half. But in the second half, we put it all together, and we dominated the third quarter and just put it away in the fourth quarter. So hats off to our guys, and it's a special time right now. It's been 34 years since Clemson had a chance to win a national championship, and 7 years ago when I got this job, I knew that we would be here. It's just a matter of when. And, this is year 7, and we were able to kind of knock the roof off of it, win another ACC championship. When you win our league, you got a chance to play for it all. And so here we are. But, all the glory goes to God, and I mean that, and to these players. Because these guys are amazing. I mean, again, it's one thing to have a talented team. It's another thing to have a talented group of guys who care about each other and want to serve each other and will let you coach them. And these guys are amazing. And these young men sitting up here, I mean, McLean and Gallman and Boulware, Deshaun, I mean, they were amazing tonight. And this is the heart and soul of our team. I mean, the great leadership. Mac and what he's been able to do. Wayne Gallman was relentless in the second half, and that's how he's played. I don't even know what you end up with, Mac. 100, jeez almighty, 156 yards. Are you kidding me?
Ew.
The guy had 156 yards. He's got over 1,500 yards this year, and he's just a sophomore. He's just a guy that's still really, to be honest with you, learning how to play. But people are sooner or later going to realize Wayne Gallman is pretty dang special. And then Ben Boulware, ugly mustache and all. He is, when you talk about heart, when you talk about guts, he's the epitome of that. And he really is kind of the heart over there defensively. And what an unbelievable play. It's 2 years in a row he's had amazing interception in the bowl game. And I'm just so proud of them and how they finished the game. And then Deshaun Watson, he's the best player in the country. It's just that simple. And, people can have their own opinions or whatever, but there ain't a better one than number 4. This guy is special in every regard, and tonight he just did an amazing job of playing one play at a time and just leading this team to another great victory.
Luke Notestein, WLOS in Asheville. Deshaun, Coach just talked about you guys care about each other so much, and you're an uncommon team. Why do you care about your teammates so much?
It's a family here, and it's just all the hard work, especially over the summer and spring, just putting in the grind and waking up at 5:30 in the morning to go to the weight room and just go out there and sweat and put in the time to get to moments like this. And we just serve each other, support each other, and just really love each other. And if we do that, no one can break through us. And we. As a unit, it's tough to beat us when we're all on the same page and have each other back. So.
Brad Sink of Anderson, Independent Mail. Eric Stryker was over here earlier, and he said that the team that had more will in the second half was you guys. What flipped that switch in the second half to really dominate the line of scrimmage like you did?
Really, I think it started with Wayne had a 12-yard run to open it up. We could tell at that moment that they were done. Physically, maybe even a little bit mentally. We were just running all over them. And, thankfully, Wayne and Deshaun, I think both were over 100 yards and just really dominated.
Dabo, Bill Daly, Coast Daily News and the Sports Exchange. Can you talk about, this is obviously a first time you've all been in this spot, and there was a lot of celebrating out there, and justifiably so. It's a great win for the program. But at the same time, you're trying to balance everything that you got another, big game coming up 10 days from now. How do you balance all that? Celebrating the moment, but yet trying to remind everybody that you still have a big game left.
We ain't trying to balance nothing. We're trying to enjoy today, and we ain't worried about next week. We'll worry about Monday when it gets here. We're worried about enjoying the moment, ringing in the new year, celebrating this win. We got. We play January the 11th. We got 11 days, and as coaches, we'll start that process tomorrow. These guys are going to take a couple days off and hopefully forget about football for a couple days, kind of heal up, get some rest. We got to get back home and all that, but as a staff, we'll get going on Sunday on whoever we don't even know who we're going to play yet, so we ain't worried about none of that. And then we'll start on Monday. We'll enjoy this, but then we'll fix our eyes on what's next. And it shouldn't be real hard to get guys ready to play for the national championship. This is it. This is truly the biggest game of the year. We got 4 quarters left, or however many it takes, and so we'll be ready. But we're not trying to balance anything right now. We're just trying to enjoy this, enjoy being 14-0, sit back and see how it shakes out tonight, see who we're going to play, get home, and then we'll flip the script and go back to work. We'll have our normal Monday type of meeting. Normally we meet on Monday and we play on Saturday, whereas we'll meet on Monday and we'll play on Monday. So we've got a couple extra days of preparation, which will be great. But we'll come back in. We'll put this game to bed. We'll grade it. We'll learn from it just like it's a normal game. But there's really not much to balance. And we had to balance some things for this game because you got a lot of time. You're trying to work your young guys. You got a little longer time to prepare for the game. You got a bowl trip. So to me, there's a little bit more to balance in this game. Next week will be just kind of like another game.
Darryl Wilkinson with theskyboat.com. Wayne, you started out with 39 yards in the first half, but ended with 156 and 2 touchdowns. At the ACC championship game, you had a similar performance where you exploded in the second half. What is it about you in second halves?
I don't really think there's anything different other than really wanting to close out the game, really want to make an impact. And to be able to finish the game is always something special.
I don't know. Maybe Ben might be the best guy to answer this question.
Probably not.
Yeah, well, judging from I guess we can put the term Clemsoning to rest now.
Get this
Next
guy
question.
Out of here.
Next question.
Good idea.
Next question. I'll answer it for him.
Greg Logan of New York Newsday. For both Deshaun and Wayne, you had the turnover at the end of the half. You're down a point, and then you just came out and dominated on that first drive. How much was the effectiveness of both of you running helping each other, do you think?
I'd say as a team we feed off each other offensively and defensively, also special teams. Really, man, coming into it, they were up by 1 point, coming to the half, and, it's cutting time, man. It's time to empty the tank, and that was a whole thought.
Yeah, just like you said, I mean, we just feed off each other. We motivate each other, and, starting with the offensive line, Matt can tell you, we get in that huddle and we tell each other, let's go dominate, and whoever is carrying the ball, let's, get 4 yards of play and move on from there, and sooner or later it's going to bust open, and, he had some big runs, I had some big runs, and, it just started off in the offensive line, and, the first half, we didn't finish drives off and we were down a point, but, that still wasn't going to stop us, regardless of the situation. At halftime it's 0-0, and anything can happen in that second half, so, we just had flipped the strip, went down and scored, and, and we kept the momentum on our side.
Steve Gordon with the Palm Beach Post. Coach, can you comment on the fake punt there and the completion to your defensive tackle and the impact that had moving forward?
We shocked them, didn't we? Ain't nobody covering that big old guy. Yeah, that's these guys can tell you every Wednesday we got a inventory of plays that we work and put that in. Actually put it in last year. And it was to Josh Watson, but Big Josh is no longer with us, so kept it in the library, and once we kind of got our punt team settled in, I changed the name up, called it UConn, because Christian Wilkins is from Connecticut, so I told him don't be shocked now, because we just practice them all the time, and we don't always call those things, but I felt like that it was the right time. I thought that we had a chance. I thought it really had a chance to hit, first of all, because we've put enough rollout punting on tape, so I knew that they had prepared for that and would probably roll. I thought Cordray did a good job backside of executing the technique that we coached him with, and then more importantly, Christian did a great job. He did a great job of getting small and skinny and kind of hiding. If a 330-pounder can do that, he's an athletic dude. And Teasdale did an awesome job. He sold it perfectly, set it up just the way it needed to be. We caught him in safe punt, so I knew they really weren't going to be, rushing to block the punt. And it was just he just kind of put it up there just enough, and you saw the athleticism of that big old number 42 because he kind of had to, find the ball in the air and get himself in position to finish it. But it was a great play, and I thought a spark that we needed. I felt like we were a little stagnant right there, a little tight, and we needed. I want to send a message to the guys. Hey, listen, we're here to play, and let's cut it loose. So it worked out. If it hadn't, probably would have been a bad call. But went our way, and I'm glad it did.
Hey guys, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Kind of a two-sided question. I'll throw it to Ben and Deshaun. Ben, from you guys' perspective, it seemed like OU kind of became one-sided. P. Ryan gets hurt, Mixon gets hurt. It seemed like it really fell on Mayfield's shoulders, and you guys pounced. And then the other side of that, Deshaun, you guys obviously have in the pass and the run at your disposal. It seemed like it just overwhelmed OU. Did you guys sense things kind of swinging that way for you on both sides of the ball?
I think defensively we really didn't worry about it. I think if we focus on us and focus on Clemson and play to the standard Clemson is set, we can beat anybody. So we don't really worry about who's in front of us. There's going to be 11 guys in front of us. We don't care what the name is on the back of their jersey. Our goal is to beat them every snap. So I think we did that tonight.
On offense, we're pretty balanced. We have a great, rushing game and a great passing game. So if you want to stop the passing game, then, we can pass the ball. If you want to stop the passing, we can rush the ball. So it doesn't really matter what the defense does. We just focus on us and our job and just focus on that one play. And if it's a run play, we dominate the line of scrimmage. And if it's a pass play, the receivers get open and make, competitive plays. So that's our mentality. Regardless of the situation, we still have a chance to, make that big play.
Coach Evan West from WCBD in Charleston. You went to Alabama. You said yesterday how much you loved working there. How special would it be playing Alabama for a national championship?
Well, I mean, I'm friends with Coach Saban. I'm friends with Coach D'Antonio. I have great respect for both of those guys, and it'd be an honor to be able to compete against either one of them. And certainly would be, pretty neat to play Alabama. But we're really not worried about it. I mean, it's two great teams. Whoever wins the game, we're going to be excited to play them. But we'll see how that one goes.
Dabo, Josh Coley, iHeartRadio. Do you have any initial reports on Shaq and injury and possible status for the next game?
I don't have a status for next game. I mean, I don't think it's too serious. He tried to go back in and go. They were calling it like a sprain MCL, I think is what they were saying. But, he just couldn't quite push off on it like he needed to. So I don't know. We'll see how he is in the next few days.
Robbie Tinsley with the Journal in Seneca. Question for Eric and Wayne, just kind of how satisfying that second half performance was from an offensive line perspective to be able to do really anything you wanted, and from a running back's perspective to have such a great second half and kind of set the tempo to finish the game out.
Well, I think when you have guys executing on such a high level like Wayne and Deshaun were, it just makes our job a heck of a lot easier. We know with them back there, we don't have to block perfectly on every single play because they're going to make the right cuts and right reads to get us in the best position to win. But definitely when they're running like that and when we can get a lot of movement like we were, it makes the game a lot easier.
Rick Vanilla, Charlotte Observer.
Or not.
Eric, the other day Brent was talking about how going into the preseason, you were basically the only true carryover on either side of the line, and he was saying it's just sort of remarkable to him, what both these lines have become over the last 3 months. I just wondered if you could kind of reflect on that.
Yeah, and really I was just a role player last year. I only had one start under my belt until this season, but I think it's been awesome, to be able to replace, essentially every single person on the offense and defensive side of the ball and to have zero drop-off, if not be even better, maybe statistically on both sides. And just really to be able to take over games. We really understand that it all starts in the trenches, no matter who we're playing, no matter where we're playing. If we can dominate on both sides of the ball up front, it's going to be a very easy game for us.
I'll add to that because you talk about the guys left. That's what everybody want to talk about. Last year's game against the same team, we had 10 guys off of that defense go on to the NFL, and we talked about we weren't as good. They rushed the ball for 67 yards. Last year, we only rushed the ball for, I think, 67 yards.
On 40 attempts.
On 40. We did not run the ball against Oklahoma very well last year, and I just looked at this, and we rushed the ball for 312 yards, and they had 9 of their 11 starters back. Just incredible. And so, you can't state enough the job that offensive line has done. It's incredible. All 5 of them made all conference. Robbie Caldwell and the job he's done, and Eric has been an unbelievable leader. He took Mitch Hyatt under his wing, a true freshman left tackle, getting Guillermo back, Ryan Norton battling through injuries, Joe Gore, Maverick stepping in, Crowder, all those guys. They've been incredible. And it doesn't matter who we've played, they have been incredibly consistent. I don't know how many sacks did they have tonight, but 1 sack. I think that's the first sack we've given up in 6 games. I think we went 5 straight games with no sack on the offensive lineman. Now, Deshaun gets a little credit for that. He makes us all look good. But you don't luck up and rush the ball for 312 yards. And that's a defensive front that's built to stop the run. And, again, if you just look from last year to this year, because we lost all of the guys in the trenches on both sides, but yet we were able to stop the run and we were able to run the ball at an incredible pace. So I'm really proud of those guys up front, and Eric has been the cog in the wheel for sure.
Dabo, did you anticipate this kind of depth? Did you know that you could be up the covers for this?
Yeah, because we recruited well, and we saw them in spring. Everybody wants to talk about who's left and what you don't have. Sometimes you have addition by subtraction. I don't get caught up in all that. I worry about who we got, and Vic Beasley is the 8th pick in the draft, and oh my God, what are we going to do? Well, I'm like, we got a guy named Shaq Lawson. He's pretty good. We're going to be okay. And you go and recruit some of these other guys. That's what makes college football so much fun. And So yeah, as coaches, we were very confident that we had a chance to have a really good football team. I felt like we were one of the 10 or 12 teams that had a chance to be here. And you got to get a little lucky along the way. We've been able to stay relatively healthy, and that's always a key part of a season like this. And so, you know, it's been a lot of fun to be a part of it. And again, the staff and these players deserve the credit.
Deshaun, at this time last year, obviously you first had the surgery and you're recovering, and then you go through the rehab. At that point, how sure were you that not only you'd have the season that you would have, but that this team could be here on the cusp of a national championship?
Just first off, it was a blessing to, you know, come back as fast as, you know, as I did. And just really, you know, thank the training staff, Danny Poole and all those guys for getting me ready and preparing me. And just really my teammates and my family just, you know, supported me and pushing me through the whole recovery. And, I mean, I knew from the get-go that's the reason why I came here. You know, I committed to Coach Swinney and the Clemson Tigers as a sophomore for moments like this. And, you know, from the get-go, I knew that, you know, if we put the work in and the grind, you know, we'll be at this point, and now we're here. So we're taking advantage of it and, you know, having fun with it at the same time.
Coach Trevor Groves. TigerGrovesCUTigers.com. To follow up on the fake punt there, how proud of you are you of Andy Teasdall after the blunder in Charlotte to be able to put that behind him and, you know, execute on that, make it such a good throw? And I'm assuming that in Charlotte it wasn't part of some elaborate plot to give Oklahoma a false sense of security on punts.
No. No, that's for sure. But no, I mean, he's been a great punter for us all year. He's really done a nice job, and you know, it's unfortunate everybody makes it. You know, I coach these guys hard, but I love them hard too, and that's what people don't want to talk about. But Andy's been very solid and consistent for us all year, and that was tremendous execution. And we actually called a fake. That was the best part. We called a fake, and he executed it very, very well. So I'm really proud of him.
Coach, back here, Dan Fanning with WCBD in Charleston. Clemson basically painted the Orange Bowl orange. Can you talk a little bit about the support and along with the team and the coaches, kind of the fans being able to celebrate this as well? Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what, and these guys probably can second this. When we came in, I mean, it was unbelievable. From the time we turned off the road into the, I guess whatever the inner workings of this facility, it was just a sea of orange. I mean, and the buses had to go really slow because there were so many people and they were hitting the buses. It was unbelievable. In fact, Brent and I were talking. I was on the bus. I was like, man, somebody's robbing a bank in South Carolina today because there ain't nobody there. They're all here. It was amazing, you know. But our fans are incredible. I mean, this is a special place for Clemson. It really is, with the tradition that we have here. But it was powerful. I mean, it really was. It was, you know, we do a Tiger walk, and this was kind of the bus ride. I mean, almost a bus walk because we were so slow trying to get through all these sea of orange. So I thought that kind of set the tempo. You know, when we were coming in, I think it was very evident that this is going to be a great crowd for Clemson.
Kayla Brent-Stepner with the Clemson Insider. Coach Swinney, your team had an incredible second half of the game. What was your message to them at halftime?
The message at halftime, I didn't really – I mean, we didn't play a bad first half. I just didn't think we were as clean as we needed to be. We had 5 straight drives offensively, but we had kicked 3 field goals, 1 touchdown, and an interception right before the half. So we just weren't finishing in the red zone with touchdowns, and we need – you know, field goals weren't going to get it done, not with the type of offense that they have. So that was the biggest thing on offense. Defensively, we were doing a great job stopping the run. I was real disappointed in that 1-minute drive that they had, and I thought we were not playing on the back end like we were playing on the front end. We weren't making some of the competitive plays. We cleaned that up, and special teams was incredibly solid and consistent for 4 quarters. So that was really it. I mean, it's 0-0. You got 2 quarters. Let's go, Dom. We're going to get the ball. Let's go score, which we did. Let's go score. We're going to get on top, and we ain't going to look back. And we're going to take the lead in the 4th quarter. And my message to them is, you know what happens when we take the lead in the 4th quarter. Since 2010, we're 51-0. These guys finish. They know how to finish. We're 51-0 when we take the lead going into the 4th quarter. So, that's incredible consistency, and that's really was the message. Let's go get on top in the third, and let's put it away in the fourth. And that's exactly what happened. It was a very, very good second half, and just some critical plays. I mean, the play by BJ, the play by Ben, the stop on 4th and 1, the play by Renfro, some huge plays by Deshaun. We're backed up down there. I mean, we moved the ball out. I thought our kickoff coverage was great. Just a complete performance in the second half, and it was very clean. Not a lot of mistakes in the second half. All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you.
Thank you.